grilled cheese now that she's off work.
We have just started the session.
I know, it's just that, like, she takes.
Yo, I
She
totally
said
forgot.
it's alright if I don't, but I just
Not
feel
able
bad
to
about it.
play tonight because I got a fucking homecoming to go to. So yeah,
Oh,
sorry. Dudes.
it's alright. It's alright.
Yeah,
Well, we'll
totally
just
fucking
we'll
forgot.
just start playing, and then when you get back, you'll just hop in. Okay, Weimar.
Okay.
That.
And see you later, Dulkin.
Yeah.
So it's Sleeve and Keone.
Cool.
So, as the college slowly floats away from the now army plundering the entire city, Sleeve, you are just watching as the flames slowly grow smaller and smaller. They still rage with great fury, but the college is still moving. Every pulse causes it to move a little bit more and more. But you notice with your keen eyes that the pulses are slowly being weakened and dimmed. Not by much, but by enough. You know that this college will not fly forever. But when it falls, you know the rest of them will have to leave on foot.
When it falls?
Mm-hmm.
So the college is floating?
Yep.
Huh. Well, good thing the only person I have to talk to right now is someone who's kind of going off the rails.
Who has just walked away?
I guess since everyone else is resting, I will carefully go up to Keone and just advise her of what I have noticed about the college.
Roleplay that as you enter in and you feel the presence alone has shifted to almost a cooler air. Although it is wintertime, this is different. It's almost like water vapor has been frozen in the middle of the air as snowflakes drift helplessly, causing a thin layer of snow on the floor.
Excuse me, Miss Keone, was it?
Mm-hmm.
I can't be certain, but it seems to me that this college is not going to stay in the air forever, and we may have to uh, come up with a plan for when it stops.
She gives him a look like you figured that out all on your own.
Wait, is that sarcastic? You figured that all on your own, or?
She just gives him a look like that.
Oh.
Okay. I'm. Is there anything? I know I haven't been here very long. Is there anything you would want to kind of work through? I kind of take one small step back.
With someone who worked for the bitch that just ruined my life.
I didn't really have any control over myself. I honestly kind of just came out of whatever was controlling me.
She looks him up and down.
The only thing I can remember was you people showing up in my forest. We had to fight off some monsters, and then just a haze. And then when I finally came to, we were at the feast. Everything else in the middle is just a blur.
Can I have your name? Ignore him. He's
I know. I have kind of just been going by Sleeve for many years.
your name is Slave.
Yes.
Like
Yes, it
the
is.
clothing article.
It's a long story.
I don't think it's long enough. So why are you here?
Honestly, I still don't know. I vaguely remember this woman telling me my job was to protect the princess, but I still don't know what that means.
She just raises one hand.
You're a princess?
She points to the tiara.
Oh.
So I'm supposed to protect you then?
Do I look like I need protecting?
Not at all. Which is why her request is now more confusing.
Who requested that?
I don't think I was given a name. She
What
was
do they
just.
look like?
She was an old woman that appeared through the
You
fog.
don't remember what she looks like. You're gonna have to make a wisdom saving throw to see.
Okay. Do. 13.
The only thing that you can remember about it is her clothing, which you would be very hard pressed you could describe it as that, as it covered the bare minimum of herself.
All I can remember about her is when she came through the fog, she was almost not wearing anything.
That would describe about half of the Fae. Actually,
I'm-
no, more.
I'm sorry, that's all I can muster up right now.
It's fine. You work for the Raven. Don't expect your memories to be any good.
Huh?
So if she's as bad as you all say she is,
She
how did
just
I end up here?
destroyed my life. And then banished me from my own kingdom after taking my father.
How has she been allowed to do all this? Has no one been able to stop her?
Well, only one person was able to stop her. That was me. I wasn't able to do jack shit diddly. Because everyone wanted their friend back. So I made a deal to make sure they'd get their friend back. And that deal involved me shutting up for the day. So I couldn't fight back. And I had to listen to all of the courts call me the caged one, the abomination, the Raven Queen's daughter.
She's your mother.
No. My mother is an undead corpse that I had to stab.
Oh.
Which
I'm
now,
terribly
because
sorry.
that one singular act makes me the godmother of a Tarask.
So, the woman who told me to protect you, does she work for the Raven Queen?
Do I remember the dream? Out of character, do I remember the dream?
Oh, you remember the dream, but he's not talking about the dream.
Wait, I'm not? What? I was talking...
About the woman in the fog that came to you?
Yeah, and told me to
That-
protect the princess.
Yeah, that wasn't a part of the dream.
Oh.
You just remember their clothes. That's it.
That's all I can remember right now. Actually, wait. Out of character. How long ago... would... Is that this one? Which one is it? Keen Mind. Would that work for the dream? Because one of the things is you can accurately recall anything you have seen or heard within the past month.
Oh, then that changes it. You
Okay.
you remember the woman as Venestra, the goddess of the
Venestra?
nymphs
Okay.
and dragons.
So,
My aunt?
I guess, if that is
No,
your
I was asking
aunt.
that out of character. 'cause
Oh,
I-
okay.
Yes,
Anyway.
your aunt.
The woman who asked me to protect you was Venestra.
Let me just the bridge of her nose. Okay,
Do you-
that's new information.
You know her?
She's my aunt.
And does she work for the Raven Queen?
No. Good hope.
Okay. So it sounds to me then that I'm supposed to protect you from the Raven Queen.
I would hope so.
Which,
Because right now, we're in the middle of an uprising and a war. All at the same time. Actually, 2 wars.
so I take it then you mean to go after her.
I mean to kill everything she loves and holds dear.
I also
To
remember...
rip that baby from her belly and show her its decapitated head.
Oh.
I remember being told that bad things would happen if I failed. So, you can consider yourself to have a very powerful ally.
Considering I've just lost all of my allies, that's somewhat a relief.
He kind of does a quick bow for her.
Oh, please don't do that.
Sorry, I assumed with your status that you would expect me to be formal.
To be fair, I don't even know if I still keep my status, considering my now banishment from my own kingdom. But I'll be taking it back. One way or another.
You point me in a direction, and I'll shoot.
Ooh.
For now, to be smart about it.
As you wish. But now, the matter of the college coming down, what is our plan?
Find the students. It's a magical college, at least someone will know what to do, will have the ability to help with that.
I'll go search right away.
And I'll look in the other direction. Cover the ground quicker.
I can have my owlbear cover some ground as well.
Good idea.
This will be interesting.
He has no idea what he's just signed up for.
So, I'm
To
going.
be fair, I didn't sign up for it. I just kind of got thrown in.
Do you wish to? You know what? All 3 of you roll investigation to see who you find.
My owlbear has a bonus to perception checks that involve sight and smell. Would that take effect or no?
Yep.
I got an 11.
So, let me do mine first. That's me. Sorry, I have to find his bonus.
So, the scale counts as a +2 rapier, correct?
As a +2 rapier?
Mm.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Wait, advantage means he rolls 2 dice, right?
2 dice, take
Yes.
the higher of the 2.
Okay. So, 18 for him and 20 for me.
18 and 20.
Yes.
He manages, and you manage to find some new type of people. You find many of the teachers, including the evocation and divination, and many of the prestige students within the dorms, using their magic powers and their raw intellect to create a massive, basically refugee tent.
I did or my owlbear did?
Your owlbear did.
Okay. Well, this is awkward. He can't really
Right.
talk.
I mean, can you communicate with him?
Not that I know. Not without being with him, I don't think.
Well, you both found this place.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did.
Well,
I'm just on the other side of the college somewhere.
You went to the dining hall where it's basically a lesser food drive, as I call it. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
what?
Like, you find
Oh, I just didn't hear what you said.
you find a basically like a soup kitchen, basically,
Okay.
where
Is anyone in there?
one person, Vanny, along with many of the other students.
She looks over them.
You do so, and many of the students are mostly focusing upon helping out these people in whatever way they can. Although for now it seems like the situation is bleak.
She's gonna walk over to Vanny. And I can't believe you called her Vanny and now fucking FNAF came out. And that's all I think of when you say Vanny.
I predicted FNAF.
Do you hear that?
Yes, I hear the dog.
Yes.
I thought that was my dog for a second, but I was like, no, that's too far away.
What the fuck?
But anyways, you as you each take a moment, you each find that. Well, actually no. Let's start with Keone because that'll be easier. So, as you take a moment, going towards Vanny, you watch as she almost double backs as she looks at you, almost in like she can't believe what she's seeing as she says, "Keone, is that really you?"
Unfortunately.
I'm glad that you're okay. After you,
Call this okay.
it's better than staying in the Garden of Death, that's for sure. Me and
It's not.
me and Hector we were teleported out. His father immediately summoning back his child through, I don't know how, but there was a dragon there. A black dragon, no doubt.
Yo,
Yeah.
Weimar appears. You appear in the soup kitchen.
I assume his father just got married too.
You must have got news. Gotten wind of that, yeah.
She just gestures to her flower girl dress.
Oh, you would. She takes a second and says, that does make sense. The oop, 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 oop. That was bad, but that does make sense. The Shadow Realm and Fey Wilds and the Material Realm are all connected to each other.
Two more than you could ever know now.
Yeah, that's very strange, in fact.
How so?
But, how are you feeling, actually?
My father is married to a demon who is pregnant with a child, who has promptly banished me from my own kingdom and world.
Oh, that's bad. I'm sorry,
Don't.
Okay.
Don't.
You
I
watch
have a
it?
plan to fix it, though.
Well, good luck on that plan. I'm just going to continue
I
to...
need the help of the college.
Well, that's unfortunate. You're probably not going to find much here, then.
The building is nothing. The power to fix everything comes from the students and the teachers.
I don't think you're going to find much help, though, as everyone has their hands tied, more or less.
But what if they don't have to be?
What do you mean?
You notice a few features missing?
As she takes a quick glance, she looks at you a little bit closer and says, "Are you? I thought this was glamour. What happened?"
Made a deal. Or two.
Oh no.
Stabbed my undead mother. Became the godmother of Tarask. Became an archfey. Friends brought back from the dead. Friends brought to a wedding. Everything goes to shit.
As she looks at you, she says, "Did you just say Tarask?"
I did.
Oh no.
Do you see why I think everyone will be a little more receptive to helping?
Although that is you watch as she takes a seat and rubs her forehead and says, "The Archmage's last order was to escort the entirety of the refugees to Omni before the Null army moves."
The Null army will be decommissioned for a while.
But the people need to be relocated. We need to warn Omni. That's going to be their new tech.
Well,
There's still
I
another
don't need
front.
everyone. Just the strongest.
She looks at you as if you're joking.
She looks completely serious.
Keone, what happened? You shouldn't be talking like this. These are people here. Their lives matter.
They're just mortal.
I'm mortal.
And you're strong.
Because I can be dedicated like this. They can be too. They just got into bad circumstances. We need every hand. For
Everyone is in a bad circumstance right now. What's coming is a Tarask egg. And once that thing is opened, all of these worlds will be its morning snack.
We need to deal with the situation at hand. I don't know what to do with the Tarask situation, but as long as it's not... What's the plan then?
First, we kill the Raven Queen and her family. Then
What?
we deal with the dragons who look after the Trask egg.
She looks at
Then-
you and says, we're not commissioning an army to kill a god.
She's not a god.
She is now, and she has been since she ascended the Shadowfell. Do you think we were blind to what happened? The whole realm of magic has felt these ripples ever since yesterday.
You
Big-
really think I plan to go against a, and she uses her fingers to make air quotes, god without the help of other gods?
It doesn't matter if you're going to cause a war of this magnitude.
If you
Yeah.
haven't already noticed, the magnitude of this war can't get much higher.
We are dealing with enough gods right now. We have one in that city that we just had to abandon. Almost the entirety of the Lights Order has been destroyed except for one small batch. They say,
We were racist anyway.
the lieutenant says that after the college lands, he's gonna have to go through the Underdark.
The Underdark?
She nods and says, he says that there could be an artifact down there. Something he heard from a Korrid.
Where is he?
He's in the Hall of Evocation.
Show me.
Sorry, could someone catch me up?
They just searched the college for people to help them out. Vanny leads
Right,
you.
so where am I?
Let's say you're with Sleeve. As
I thought you said he was with Keone.
I didn't introduce him yet.
Okay.
As Vanny gets up and starts leading you to Evocation, Weimar and Sleeve. You enter what once was the dorms' rooms and see the long hall of the now sprawling refugee camp that holds most, if not all, the population of Banberg. As you see, people took with what they could on their backs and left in such a hurry. All of them sick from the snow, colds, and kids being held by their mothers and fathers. All while students and teachers try their best to make sure everyone is getting the help they need.
Seems the situation has gotten more dire than I thought.
Mm-hmm.
It may be that way, but we need to find someone that can help us. As I told Keone earlier, whatever is causing this college to be floating in the air, it doesn't seem like it's going to last long.
Wait, so the thing is going down? I'm saying this out of character, as I don't remember hearing this.
Yeah, it's going to go down. They're yelling timber. They better move. They better dance.
So we
Get
need to
out.
evacuate them from the college?
If there's a safe way to do that. My best guess is we find someone with enough magical knowledge and see if they know a way to get out of this.
You go to
I suppose I have feather falling, though I don't think 10 people is enough.
You go to one of the teachers, the teacher of necromancy. You remember him. Well, actually, neither of you do, because you guys weren't here in the college. As you go to the tiefling, wearing black robes, he looks upon you and asks, I don't remember you, either of you. But then again, there are literally thousands.
I believe my father was here before. Garter.
Oh, I remember him. I threw a star at him.
A star?
Yep.
I won't question it.
So,
We need some help from a very powerful magic user.
well, since the Archmage is dead, that only leaves us, teacher.
I take it. Would any of you happen to know a safe way to evacuate this entire school?
We just have to wait until it falls. That's why we're keeping everyone we can here in this dorm. It's technically part of the astral plane instead, so when it falls, we will feel none of the impact.
So anyone else in this college, in order for them to be safe, they need to come here?
Mm-hmm. We approximately have about 2 to 3 more days before the fall.
So as long as we can get everyone from the college there by the time the college collapses, they'll be safe.
Yes, we'll get them all in here shortly. We just have to make some more room.
You don't sound very confident about that.
It's not about confidence. It's about how tired I am.
How many people are left in this college that aren't in this dorm, would you say?
There are people in the cafeteria and the halls, though. Most of them are either hungry people who have decided, who are well enough to help others while they can, students, and teachers, except for the Lights Order. A small company of them has managed to hold up in the Hall of Evocation. It's the lieutenant and some others.
Don't they intend to evacuate by the time the college falls?
They tend to go to the Underdark.
Why would they go there?
I have no idea. All they know is that, well, they said our orders was to go to Albany, warn them, prepare the entire city for the attack, while they go down to the Underdark and try to find a special artifact. When further questioned, they never told me what it was.
Will they be safe down there?
It's the Underdark. You either get eaten up by giant monsters or enslaved. Most of the time, anyways.
I see.
Are you planning to go down there?
I was
I'm not-
hoping to return home to reunite with my father.
Where's your father?
He's back at the He's in the city of Orisa.
You just hear a shout down the hall, being a coward!
Fuck you!
Well, we did call for the aid of Amora. But otherwise, I don't know what else is going to happen. Just be careful wherever you go. Do you have any more questions?
I think not. Right now, I think we should go see the Lights Order. And talk with the lieutenant.
If I may, do you think it's safe for us to split up, or should we stay together? I just want to make sure we can save as many people as we can.
Right now, I say we should stick together. We don't know what will happen.
All right.
Anything can happen at this point.
I'll follow your lead then.
Good. Where do you guys go now?
We were going to go to the evocation hall to talk with the lieutenant, right?
Mm-hmm. You As you guys walk, you meet Keone and Vanny, who are just about to enter as well.
Miss Keone, I've gathered information on how we can survive the collapse.
I told you not to call me that.
Sorry. Keone. We spoke with the teacher.
Which
Most
one?
of the. I'm sorry, I don't think I caught a name, but they were in black robes, and it was a
He was the
tiefling.
necromancy teacher.
As long as it wasn't that goddamn Kenku.
At any rate, most of the teachers and students are holed up in the dorms, and they said as long as we can get there by the time the collapse, we should be safe.
Ooh.
Mm.
Keone, where do you
Well,
plan
there are
on
people
going
in the
next?
cafeteria.
Vanny looks at you and says, "They'll be escorted when they can. They just left to get some space."
It sounds like there wasn't much of that to go around in the dorms.
They'll call every one of us students into there. It's just that us students are... We're having a difficult time dealing with this right now.
It's
Of
almost
course.
like war affects people.
Mm-hmm.
War never
Get out.
changes.
Do you each enter now?
Keone would have been walking in the entire time.
Okay. As you
And I would just be following her.
as you
Yeah,
each,
the entire conversation happened as Keone slowly walked through the doorway.
Oh, not even slowly. She would have just said it over her shoulder, very clearly not interested.
as you
Oh,
each enter in, you see Lieutenant Grant Forrest, the man who used you as a meat shield, along with a bunch of other lights orders.
Oh look, we meet again. Used anyone else as a meat shield lately?
And he looks at you and says, "Ever since our deal, no. And it seems like we both have changed. I've become a colonel, and you... rabbitless?"
Archfey.
Ah, so you've evolved.
I wouldn't call it that.
Mm-hmm. You see
Keone, you
the Korrid from that fateful day walk up to you and say, "I see, and I sense something." He suddenly bows as he says, "I should have known that you were related to the Allfather."
Yes, well, considering that, I don't know if I have much association with him anymore.
He just stays with his head bowed down as the Colonel Forrest Grant looks down at him and says, "Get up, Lieutenant."
What's this about an artifact?
I see the teachers can't keep their mouths shut.
I didn't speak to the teachers.
Oh. He turns to look at Vanny and says, "Neither can the prestige students."
If you dare to forget, I am also one of the prestige students, so if you have to tell them something, I have every right to know it as well. Now, the artifact.
Make a persuasion check.
It feels weird playing her like this.
It sounds to me like it'd be more of an intimidation check.
It's the same roll either way. It's same modifier for me.
Yeah, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
12.
He looks at you and simply says, "It's an artifact of major power that we need to survive." That's all the teachers know. That's all the students know. And that's all you'll know.
She is gonna reach into her bag and pull out the scroll from her uncle. Just turn it to face him and let it drop, still holding onto the top.
As he
Like a dramatic, read this.
as he reads it, his eyes go wide for a second, and then he looks at you with almost a little bit of disbelief, but then shakes it off, remembering it's you that he's thinking of, and
It's
says,
me.
you ever heard
Yes,
of
I hear quite
She-Ra?
often. She-Ra.
Shira.
She-Ra.
She-Ra.
Yeah.
The
She-Ra.
Princess of Power.
Yes.
You fucking weeb. Has she though, like in character?
Make a history check.
Okay. $16.
All you remember is a poem. Would you like to read it?
Out loud? Okay, sure. When the dragons advanced during Death's Wake, the legions of Shira will wake to defend land from scale grass only when we are asked, not from divine or infernal tongues, but from men with heart of one.
As he
Your point?
he looks at you and says, I believe this poem is more of a prophecy. The time of the dragons.
It
is
reads like a
recoming.
prophecy.
Very much so. We've, from our intelligence, we have found many things. Dragons being stirred, almost.
I don't think the scaled grasps are from the dragons.
Do tell.
What do you know of a Tarask?
His eyes go wide and he says, the Eater of Worlds and the God of the mortal realm.
My godchild. Aren't I lucky?
He takes a deep breath and says, somehow I knew you'd be the end of the world.
Aww. You're still underestimating me.
Either way, She-Ra was a land when, during the first draconic attacks, the races of elf, human, and dwarf united into one coalition to push them back. And they did.
Let me guess, that is now you.
Nope. There were two factions that broke off. The people who left to make their own nations, and the people who stayed in the coalition to stave their strength. Those became the Legion of She-Ra. And just
I
before the
see.
second draconic attack, they vanished.
Reliable.
Not a single person was found. All that was left was the ruins they lived in. When the other countries caught wind of this, they were stunned, but no bodies were found. The only thing that they couldn't find among the entirety of this kingdom was that little poem. And just as they returned home, the Second Draconic War took place. This, I believe, will help us during this third war.
And what is this artifact? You've given me a lovely history lesson,
This,
but not answered my question.
this artifact is a soul stone which contains every single person who lived in Shira.
So you do know where they vanished to?
Mm-hmm. Though, we do not know exactly where. Until now, that is. As you just shown us a map directly to the Mycenaean Kingdom.
And you really think you're going to get there without my help?
Considering you have this orb that they want, it's almost guaranteed we need your help. So name your price already.
A deal with each of you.
Will this be the first deal of your Archfey revelry?
No.
Go ahead then.
Why would I ask for something straight away? Where's the fun in that?
You've grown.
No. Not grown. Not in the slightest. I will ask, though, as not a side of the deal, but more as a favor among friends. When the time comes, I require you to fight.
Fight what?
I don't know yet.
Men, you watch as the entire company stirs. As you see most of these humans look up after listening to the conversation.
Would it make you feel better if I did make it part of a deal and you received something in return?
It would make it a little easier on my men. As he looks back, as you see about 24 of them, still polishing their armor and still listening in quietly.
Very well. You work for me. When I need you for something, you come. You do it to the best of your ability. No complaints. You may each list something you want in return.
Very well. I will
Can we
go-
take 5 minutes? I need to go take plastic off of my dogs.
Okay,
Not even my
take
dogs.
5. So, well, she's gone. Weimar and Sleeve. Weimar and Sleeve?
Yeah?
Yes, present.
What do you say after this whole entire conversation?
Well, I guess Keone gotten all the questions.
Yeah.
Well, you can ask some more. There are some aspects which she did not touch upon.
So, Lieutenant, you met my father before, yes? The Goliath, Garter?
The brute.
I'm back. Sorry, it was driving me fucking nuts.
Okay. Weimar and the lieutenant are talking. So the lieutenant looks down and says, I've only met him briefly, though he does seem like a headstrong sort, I believe.
Fairly so, yes.
Very interesting person, though. Are you of his blood?
Well, Not of his blood, but he is my father, yes.
That's what of his blood means.
Well, I mean,
I think it means like
could
not
also just mean
biologically. Right?
genetically, you know.
Hmm.
But eh,
He
How many
looks.
sex jokes he makes, I would have assumed otherwise.
Well, I'm glad that he didn't get his strength from demon's blood. Then. As for now,
I was hoping to reunite with him, and he hears about how the Defiler may return.
the Defiler. This is not going to be good.
Oh,
You could
it's so
imagine.
much worse than you could possibly believe.
But for now, we just have to be ready. One more thing.
Agreed.
Have you heard of any sort of necromancy cult?
The Undying Court, was it? I heard about it in my father's letters.
The Undying Court was at the wedding.
Ooh.
Then are you referring to the Chosen One's cult?
They're both one and the same.
I was gonna say the people the Chosen One works for were at the wedding.
As he kind of looks stiffly and says, "What is going to happen next is going to be a horrid few weeks."
You don't know the half of it.
In the Underdark, we're going to have to face slavers, monsters, even
My uncle.
your uncle?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't your uncle helping you?
What?
Or was that your
That was an out of
grandfather?
character. What? I didn't hear you.
Wasn't your uncle helping you?
Yes.
Hmm.
You think he has any respect for mortals? You're dumber than you look.
Gods, am I right?
She raises an eyebrow.
Wait,
Well-
I thought you said Archfey weren't gods.
They're not gods. They're still immortal beings.
Right, so you weren't included by that. I wasn't being rude to you.
You were talking about my family.
Alright, well, if my family you didn't have any respect for any god, that would be pretty rude, wouldn't it?
Korrid. What domain does
Not
your
really.
god project himself upon? He watches the Korrid peeks up and says, Dov is the god of drinking, song, celebration, craftsmanship, and protection. He is the god of Korrids and satyrs alike. He is a good
he's had
god,
a bad few days.
but that doesn't change the fact that he's a good god. He never go back on his word.
Let me ask you something then, with your knowledge of Archfang gods. Wasn't Titania supposed to be good?
I do not know, but the goddess of mercy works in mysterious ways.
The goddess of mercy helped puppet this entire situation. I don't see much mercy here, do you?
Is it not mercy to kill an animal waning for death?
Not when you're the one that put it on the brink in the first place.
And do you know if she truly did that?
She's my grandmother. Of course I know.
You watch as he silently just nods his head.
So, about the deals. What does everyone want?
You watch as each of the soldiers go up and talk amongst each other, including the colonel and the corvid. And after a brief moment of deliberation, he comes forth, the corporal, and says, "Each of my men want a simple guarantee.
And what is that?
After your plan is set in motion, whether they are alive or dead, they want you to pull the tides and use all of your connection to your godly family to ensure that they are either put back onto this world or are given reparations for the blood they have lost during this upcoming battle."
That seems like a small price to pay for an army.
A small one, but one that will get you to the Mycenaean kingdom. Though, once we get there, and once the artifact of She-Ra has been acquired, we will immediately depart for Almany, for we need to protect for the upcoming battle.
Very well, but once I call upon you, you must come.
We are bound by contract.
I won't
aren't we?
say it.
A pact. She holds out her hand.
He grabs it,
She shakes it.
and the pact is done as an air of cool breeze blows forth.
Oh, and I would avoid staying around mirrors too often.
Hmm.
You don't want the Raven Queen near you. That I can guarantee.
Very well. And you stay away from the shadows, as I hear that the shadow hands are acting out.
They could try.
You watch as he picks up his helmet and puts it on as he says, "By tomorrow morn, get to the refugee camp. Embrace. Although they do say that the camp shouldn't be affected, I'm not sure about the surrounding buildings."
Magic is finicky.
Very much so.
She turns to Vanny, and she hands Vanny her dome key. The room is big enough. Take anyone you want in there.
Vanny immediately, after absorbing all this information, takes the key and runs off with it. Now, I will be going back to planning our expedition to the Underdark. May I ask if your compatriots will join us?
Of course.
If we can stop the rising of the Defiler and the birth of the Tarask, then I'll fight.
The Deviler feels like the least of our problems.
I see you've never been held by a Defiler. Defilers are pretty bad usually. That's why they're called Defilers.
She just looks him dead in the eye and gives him a look like, really?
Okay. I see.
Now, where do you each want to go now? Do you have anything you guys wish to do during the day? Or do you wish to take a long rest and prepare for the landing?
If no one else wants to do anything, I do want to go speak to the teachers.
I was going to see if there was someone who could get me to erase it temporarily, so I could see Garter.
Was there still anyone in the cafeteria, or did they all
There's still people
You
there,
might
but
have to catch up with Vanny.
okay.
there's still people there. It's just that they're eating.
I'll probably just go back to the teachers with Keone
Nice.
and Weimar.
Sounds like a plan. So you go to the teachers then?
Mm-hmm.
You make it to the refugee camp as you see one of the teachers there. It is the tiefling teacher of necromancy as he looks over and says, "A prestige student, huh? Come to help us out, or other business?"
Depends how I'm feeling with the help. I need to speak with the teachers in the prestige.
Unfortunately, we can't wrangle them all up right now. They're all each doing their own duties assigned by the Archmage before he passed on.
Just point me in a direction and I'll visit each one by one.
They're all here, scattered about. It'll take you about a whole night's worth of just exploring just to get it. But you can start with at least me. So what do you want?
A deal?
As he looks at you, his eyes shimmer for a moment and he says, "Oh, an archfey on the mortal realm. Thought I'd never see the day."
I never thought I'd see the day I'd be banished from my home, but here we are.
Now, what's this deal?
I have a plan that will be enacted in the future. And I need powerful people to be able to come when I call for it.
And?
In return, you may have... Well, you may ask for something, whether I deem that too impossible depends on what it is. But you will gain something in return.
I do not care for this. May I
Not
ask,
even if it could save everyone.
do you have the power to save everyone?
Not alone. Even I'm not foolish enough to say that I do.
At least you're smart. But I do not trust you. Even if you are a prestige student, I'm still...
My feelings are hurt.
You're asking me for potentially too much. I'm not going to accept this deal. I'm just going to look you in the eye. And I'm going to recommend you don't ask the others, as you'll just be wasting your time. The Archmage's last wish was for us to prepare Omni for the coming invasion, save as many refugees as possible, and ensure Banbury is the only one that falls to this invasion force.
I don't think the invasion force is what you should be worrying about.
I know. Glamis is at our borders, preparing to invade.
That doesn't surprise me, but no, not what I meant.
Either way, I don't really want to hear this. I have people to attend to, and the others have people to attend to. Every second you take away from their time is another person that you'll take a life away from.
Maybe they shouldn't have been born mortal then. And she's gonna start to walk away.
Yoni, what?
I remember
You-
when you were just a little rabbit folk. And now look at you. Heart of glass and frost.
And don't you forget it.
As you walk away, do you walk to the other students or not?
She'll just wander around.
As you wander around, you see that most of the as you say, what's it called again? As you see, most of the prestige students are just simply wandering and trying to help out as many people as they can. It is currently a lot. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of just people in pain, needing help. And right now, this isn't from just the attackers, from people fleeing in the streets being almost trampled to death. This is from people who stayed a bit too long and got caught in the siege fire, hurt by rubble from their own homes. They're helping kids out who have lost their parents in the beginning of the attack.
She is going to look around at everyone and she's going to use her Fey presence, not for frightened though.
Oh.
As she walks around, she uses it to kind of make the ice and snow glow against her. And I don't know how to describe it, but do you know what I'm going for?
Like, try to distract them from their misery, or...
It's like when, during the Greek wars, they would look for Athena when they were injured.
Oh. So you are trying to evoke that feeling?
Yes. Give me some worship.
So what is that roll again?
It's a wisdom saving throw.
I'll just make a general saving throw to see if how many people that affect. You affect a sum of people, about 37% of them. Although this is but a drop, it does help calm enough people down to ease the situation between the students and the teachers. And the rest of you, how do you spend this time?
I wanted to talk with one of the professors who might have a teleportation spell.
A what spell?
Some sort of teleportation spell. Say
The
long
only
distance one.
the only one that had that was the Archmage. Though there are teachers with sending spells.
Well, I'd like to ask for one of them to, if they could, use a sending spell to get in contact with Orisa.
Or what do you mean, Orisa?
Well, do they need to know the person? Well, actually, they've met Garter, so they should be able to just send one to him, right?
So you meet. Let's say you meet with the divination teacher, and she looks at you and asks, "So what do you wish to send?" It has to be 25 words.
I'd like to send a message to my father. Sita is alive. The Defiler is returning. We need your help at the College of Almaty, is what it's called, right?
It's called the College of Banburg.
Vanberg, sorry.
You watch as she sends that message, and she gives a second of pause. What does Garter say back in 25 words or less?
I'm coming.
Doing
That's
your
less than
laundry.
25 words.
Straight and to the point.
As that happens, she says, "Do you think he'll arrive before the college falls?" Because
Well,
I do not think so.
we'll find out when he gets here.
But we're leaving by
Shit's
tomorrow.
gonna go down when Garter shows up. You know that, right?
Well, Weimar doesn't know when Garter's getting there.
Shit's
He can
still
just
gonna go
hope he
down
gets
when
there
he gets
soon.
there.
So, Sleeve, what do you want to do?
I want to take my owl bear and go to some of the groups of children that are kind of, having a rough time, and I want to try to help cheer them up.
Roll performance with advantage.
Mhm. 14.
Nice. You managed to change the sobbing, weeping faces of these children to be happy, gleeful for at least a time. As now,
Oh,
yeah,
oh, let me wait, sorry.
as they each are happy and gleeful as you do this. So, what did you want to say, Giarter?
Right, sorry. After Weimar's done with the sending spell message, he'd like to go and try and help out the injured with cure wounds.
All right. As you each manage to help out these creatures, well, people.
One more thing.
Yeah, one last thing.
Yeah, during that whole time that she's got this, like, fey presence on and looking like a fucking arch-fey, she's just gonna casually drop in how this is all the Raven Queen's fault every now and then and try and get the idea whispering across the college.
Okay. You start to spread the ideas of this. The ideas of how it's them, these things that do this. But as they all now think, as the rumor of spreads, as God damn it, why? Ugh. Give me a second. The rumor spreads that the Raven Queen has caused Ihex and I caused the twin flames to come from the abyss itself. About how monsters are now roaming because of these things. And it gets to a point where it's starting to make a bit of a small riot.
She's gonna
Young.
act as a calming presence through the riot.
As you do.
Like she's on their side and it's like she's trying to show that she's with them. She wants to help them.
As you do. One of the teachers goes up to you and says, "This is not the time. We need calm."
I am being calm. I'm here to help.
Your magic.
I don't know how this rumor started,
Make
but
a
I
deception
don't want
check.
a riot here.
Make a deception check.
Shit, I can't lie. Never mind. Retract that. I physically cannot lie. Okay. I'm trying to think. Yeah, she just goes, I didn't want to riot. I'm helping.
We didn't start the fire.
Get out.
Listen, it's getting late. I'd recommend you go find somewhere to sleep. We need calm right now.
I will calm down the riot and get them to go to sleep.
Good.
She'll gesture them to go back to what they were doing. And then she'll turn to the riot of people.
Mhm.
I understand you're all angry, and you want to fix what is happening. I want to help with that, but destroying the college and where the innocents are, and scaring the children, won't help. Take a deep breath, and think who really deserves to pay for what's happened.
Roll a persuasion check with advantage.
You guys thought I was just gonna go on a murder spree.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Nice.
Oh, that's not all evils. Not all evils are equals.
You watch as the crowd slowly dies down now. And as they do, everyone here feels a bit sleepy.
She smiles at them and go, "Rest.
Everybody.
I am here."
As you each slowly start to, well, get enough, as you each slowly start to feel a bit more tired, everyone needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Does that include my owlbear?
Yes.
Okay.
As you watch as the mob has died down, but a bunch of people are starting to sleep. It starts off with the civilians, and then you start seeing the teachers and students start to doze off as well.
That first roll is mine.
I'm tempted to use my divine luck to get advantage with that 14. I don't know if the 14's enough though.
Wait, what? No! Don't use advantage, you'll put me to sleep. I'm going to be triggered.
What?
I am going to be angry if you put
I'm
me
not
to sleep when
putting
I'm...
you fucks to sleep.
He said we also have to make,
Yeah, every
saving
single
throws.
person. As
Yeah,
Mine is
including
18,
me,
my
needs to
owlbear is
make a
11.
wisdom saving throw.
Like, if we can hear you, that would affect
As-
us, right?
I'm not putting people to sleep.
Yeah, she's not. As
It's not me. I'm making a wisdom saving throw. I'm debating if I want advantage on it.
do you take
Oh.
advantage or not? I need it now.
I want that advantage. I'll get a long rest either way.
Okay.
14.
As everyone stirs to sleep, one person staves it off. Sleeve.
Hello.
As everyone sleeps, you think this is a little bit strange. Until you hear walking. As you do, you hear many footsteps. Many small footsteps. Probably the size of, you don't know, humans? You guess? You hear.
Why is there initiative rolls?
Those aren't initiative. Those are health. As you hear you don't hear any talking, but you hear grunts, gurgles, and some sort of almost like a wet, slithery movement that you've only heard from when fish and other type of beings like that are outside of water.
Uh,
Oh no.
I'm gonna cast Pass Without Trace.
And what does that do exactly?
me and all of my party members cannot be tracked unless it's by magical means. They also gain a plus 10 bonus to stealth checks. And they don't leave behind any tracks or traces of their presence.
Considering that all of them are asleep, I'd recommend you roll a stealth check. As you hear them these footsteps coming closer and closer to the dorms.
Plus 10 plus. I also fly into the air.
Okay, you do so. As you start to fly, you notice something strange. Very strange, in fact. You can't hear anything. As silence is cast upon the entire area. As you see, entering in 8 troglodytes, these giant monstrous, almost like axolotl type beings. Wide mouths, long claws with one finger extra long that looks like it could be like a sickle almost.
Oh, fucking.
And red scales, and following closely behind are 3 mind flayers. One of which seems to be holding some sort of book. You hear no talking, but you see that these troglodytes suddenly understand some orders. And you watch as, starting with the teachers, the troglodytes start to put these people in what seems to be a hole one of them put down onto the ground.
Oh, you mean like a portal? Like a hole? What?
A portable hole.
Interesting. As I'm like hovering in the air, can I see anyone else in the room that's awake, or am I literally the only person in the entire room?
You're the only person in the entire room that's awake. As you hear something very strange. You watch as the one holding a book casts a spell. Hallucinatory terrain. As you watch as a whole forest of redwoods appear out of nowhere.
Oh, the fool.
A thin fog on the floor, and long, tall grasses that hides almost all of the troglodytes. Make a perception check to see who you can see now. You see them all. Wait, how do you have a 21?
So I have Deft Explorer. My proficiency bonus is doubled for any skill check that uses perception. So I get +6, and then I also have which one was it? I was just looking at it. Another one gives me passive +5 to my perception checks.
Oh boy.
That's
Observant.
No
11.
one can hide.
Well, no,
Can you see through walls?
it gets doubled from
So the double
canny
becomes
perception.
6.
No, so my perception is +8, and then that gets doubled, so it's +16, and then +5.
Oh, shit.
Jesus.
So now
You can
Can
just
you
not
see through
fail.
walls?
you watch
Basically.
as you see through the terrain, understanding it's just superimposed onto this entire place. You can see where exactly every single one of your party members are. as you watch as they start to put more and more people into this hole. As you notice, it's not just any portable hole. It seems to be crafted with supreme arcane mastery to send them directly to somewhere within the Underdark.
Oh my god.
And you do see through the hole something horrible. There are only two rulers of Mind Flayers. The Elder Brain, which acts as a hive mind, controlling all. And then, something horrid. A beast so powerful that not even an Elder Brain can control it. The Mind Flayer Dragon. As you see,
Yikes.
from within this portable hole, as they throw people in, you see a pile and piles of just people as its long tendrils wrap around them and slither into its mouth. And you hear and you see something little travel through the tentacles. Almost like it's a slithering tadpole. Enter in through the person, and then the dragon tosses it onto the ground. Where you see there are multiple holes, each of which going to a different part of the continent. This is bad.
They're mass
Little bit,
producing
yeah.
mind flayers. Oh lord.
I just looked up a picture of that fucking dragon. It looks like those fucking worms on strings, but slimy and fleshy. That's disgusting.
Somebody wake me up. This is gross.
As
Wake me up when
you think this is an adult,
Wake me up.
which
wake
means that
me
they
up
have
inside.
that means they have captured an entire dragon, forced it to go under the process to become a mind flayer, and then practically made it its king.
Great.
Hmm.
Great.
You know where your owlbear is, you know where Keone is, and you know where Weimar is.
Right.
What would you like to do?
So, hang on, I need to check one thing.
I don't think any of us look good in purple, my guy.
I think Weimar would look good in purple.
Not
He's a
helping.
He's like a purple, red kind of guy. Those look good on him.
You know what? Let him be turned into a mind flare then. He'll look good.
Okay,
Wait a minute.
Purple is
Tentacles
not my
don't look
colour.
good on Weimar. minute.
so I'm going to make my way over to Keone to try to wake her.
You manage to wake her from her deep slumber. Keone, you see that you're within a giant forest of
She
redwoods.
just grunts. Not again. I want one normal sleep without waking up in a forest.
The good news is this isn't a real forest.
No dream forests are real.
Are they able to talk? Didn't they cast silence?
How good can both of you read lips?
I can do it very well. It's part of Observer.
You read her lips immaculately.
My
As
passive perception is 17.
as Keone realizes that despite her thinking she's saying this, it doesn't come out.
She's gonna stand up looking confused.
Make
Like
her
that
stealth
one
check.
episode.
You get +10 to it because
Yes.
of
The thing is, I don't know the situation, so I'm not trying to be selfie.
Oh, you're right. As you stand up,
I don't know the situation. I just think I'm in a forest.
make a perception check.
Fun.
Fun indeed.
Fun.
Ooh.
You immediately see through the tall grass these monsters slowly taking now the final teacher into the portal.
So that's not happening.
I quickly, as she stands and notices this, I quickly tap her on the shoulder and hold like a shush kind of motion, except I have a wing and a beak, so it's hard to explain.
Now you have arms.
I thought I had wings.
You do have wings,
She
but they're on
just-
your back.
She
Oh, I have
has,
wings
like,
and
this-
arms?
Yep.
Oh, then yeah,
Sweet.
I just hold a finger up to my beak.
Sorry
she
for
just
interrupting.
has this. She just has the start of a magic missile in one hand, aimed at the one holding the teacher.
Do you fire after seeing him try and shush you?
She's literally staring at him with her arm held out. Like, are you really about to stop me from doing this right now?
Because I saw all of them, right? I know how many there are. She only sees that one.
Yep.
I'm going to hold up. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I don't have that many fingers.
Start using feathers.
True. I'm just gonna hold up 10 fingers and then 2.
She's gonna look confused.
God, I have to communicate this somehow. Can I?
She's gonna cancel the magic missile, but she is gonna send dancing lights to kind of scatter around the one that's holding the teacher.
As you do, you watch as the troglodyte looks very confused. It makes almost like a chirping sound almost.
Oh no.
As it does, you watch as one of the mind flayers. You watch as suddenly all movement stops.
I know this is something you never ask a woman, but how much does she weigh?
Rude.
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
This is important.
I don't have a definitive weight for her. I just know she's carrying 40 worth of stuff.
So let's say average and leave it at that.
How hard would it be for me to grab her and fly into the air so she could get a better look?
It would be, let's say, about a 15 DC athletics check.
You're trying so hard not to offend me right now.
Listen. You
So
can.
I'm gonna just look at her. How do I communicate this? I'm just going to point up and then do like put my hand over my eyes and kind of look around.
She's gonna look so much more confused.
Dang it.
And she thinks, do you mean look up? And she's gonna look up for a second? Like, is there something in the air?
You know what?
I'm gonna,
We both could have just made this easier. Just be like, hey.
I know, but I'm a little shit.
well, I thought they cast silence so we like physically can't talk.
You literally cannot talk.
Yeah.
But what you can do is you can write on the ground theoretically.
Oh, that is smart.
With what?
He has
Also
talons.
valid. I do have talents.
Scratchy talent.
Is it like what's the floor like? Is it like dirt now because we're in a forest?
Yes. And
Okay.
despite it being an illusion, it is a convincing illusion.
So I'm going to scratch into the ground 12 enemies. Sending teachers to the Underdark. I'll just start with that.
Go there. That's where we need to be. Where are the lights order?
Do I know where they are
Nope.
from my perception?
You.
Oh, right, because they're not here. They're still in the other place.
Yeah.
Just gonna scratch not here yet.
She's gonna nod and go, where are the worst enemies?
I point in the direction of the 2 mind flayers.
3.
Go
3,
in
the 3
air
mind flayers.
and get your bow ready.
I scratch.
Can't you guys wake me up? Wait a minute.
I'm getting there.
Wake me up
I
before you go.
I scratch. Should I go find the lights order?
If you're gonna do that, wake Weimar up first.
I point in the direction of Weimar, and scratch over there.
You.
I see.
When he's awake, tell him to prepare to attack and get in cover.
I nod, and I make my way to Weimar.
You do so.
I try to wake him.
You wake him up before you go.
Before he can do anything, I hold a finger, or, well, I guess it doesn't matter because we're quiet. But I kind of like, well, I guess, yeah, I'll just hold a finger to my mouth, to my beak, just to make him know that we need to be careful.
Weimar wakes up and he looks shocked.
I scratch into the ground. Mind Flayer ambush. Keone says prepare and find cover.
Weimar will pick up a stick off the ground and he'll just write down Dispel Magic ? As he can use Dispel Magic to either dispel the silence or the illusion.
I think both of those are terrible ideas.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think. I'm just gonna shake my head no.
Weimar will just nod then.
I'm gonna scratch getting lights order. Be back soon.
Alright, well then Weimar will hide and prepare for the ambush.
And now I'll make my way to the evocation place.
Keone's gonna sneak over to where the mind flares are.
Make a stealth check.
Plus 10.
I get disadvantage on stealth too.
Uh-oh.
So should Weimar also make a stealth check?
4!
You get plus 10, though, from Pass Without Trace.
So
I'm
14.
not next. No, I'm not within the range.
Oh no.
No, it stays on you, I think, right?
Oh, you have to be within range.
Do
So,
I?
As
No, I have to be within range of you. It sticks to you.
Oh.
you, so halfway through, you get right in front of your owlbear actually. As Keone gets caught out, as you hear chirping. Everyone roll initiative.
Ugh.
Wait, I was gonna do a roleplay thing, not a fight thing.
Oh, you could do a roleplay thing before the fight thing. Trust me, this is going to be a fun encounter.
Hey, 15. Since when did I start rolling initiative well?
19 is me, 21 is Owlbear.
Since you're no longer playing a barbarian,
Even then, Weimar used to get bad rolls, but I won't complain.
Mm-hmm.
This is a positive change. It's character growth, actually. Character growth.
Character growth.
Character growth, ooh woo.
Ooga booga. Hold on. Oh god, this is going to be a mess and a half, isn't it?
That's why I didn't want to do a combat thing. I wanted to do a roleplay thing.
This is Mind Flayers we're talking about. They are ready to smack down. This is WWE.
Watch out, watch out! Oh!
Trust the process of death.
No.
No trust. None at all.
So let's see, we have a 19, so that's pretty good. That is actually very good, in fact. We have a 15, which is also pretty good. We have a 21, and what did you roll for your sleeve?
I rolled a 19. Owlbear is 21.
Got it. So which one wants to go for sleeve or Keone?
I mean, is Slave still going to get the lights order?
Well, on my way there, I noticed that you caught their attention. So I'm still in the room.
Solid sus.
That was kind of the point to do.
We'll just leave it like this. It's the owlbear's turn.
Oof. Let me think.
Hold on. Let me
yeah.
send you the map.
Oh, yeah, right.
Here's the map.
I wasn't trying to get an initiative going.
Trust me, this is how it's gotta go.
I thought she snuck up to them.
She got a 4. So,
Oh, right.
So when she started to, immediately she got caught out.
You got called out on Twitter.com.
Yeah. Oh god. So, what does the owlbear do?
I'm gonna have him run over to her, and I guess attack this
No.
troglodyte.
Roll.
Right.
This is gonna be fun.
Multi-attack. +7.
Oh.
18 and 14.
Both of those hit. Roll both damages.
19 and 13.
You watch as
32.
You watch as that troglodyte gets mauled. As the owlbears rips it to shreds.
That's my boy.
And now it's Keone's turn.
Well, she just looks annoyed, so.
So I think this is Weimar's turn. That's the time when he would cast Dispel Magic, since we can't do any spells with verbal components.
Yep. What does Keone do?
I don't know, I have to read over my stuff now because I wasn't expecting a combat.
Oh.
Also, he's kind of more... I wanted to position him like between her and everything. And then attack
Alright,
the
let me
first
hop
one while
into
it was
the
there.
owlbear. Almost forgot.
roll.
I can't do anything.
You got the +2 dagger.
I'm not using that on some when that needs to be saved.
Can the I want, like, when I sent the owlbear over there, I made it clear to him that I wanted him to, like, make sure she was safe. So can he, like, kind of look like he's trying to, yeah, block her,
Yeah.
like, to her, like it's trying to communicate to her, like, to stand behind him?
Yeah. Also, can you at least do the Breath of Euphoria or something? Because this is going to be a hard combat encounter.
The only creature within 10 feet of her is the owlbear.
Or you can do the Summon Fae.
Sure.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Which Fae do you summon?
Just fairy dragons, I guess.
Okay, roll.
Roll what?
You have to roll how many you summoned.
I was asking the dice number.
Is it 1d4 or is it a different one? Nice. You summoned 4 fairy dragons. So everyone now has advantage against magical hits. Okay, I'm gonna have to roll those initiatives, add them to the thing, see where they land, and then they take apart next turn. FD1, FD2, FD3, FD4.
Ah.
Okay, let's do this. Gosh, Amadi, that's some high rolls. So let's see here. Sleeve, you may take. Is that the end of your turn, County?
I literally can't do anything else.
Do all your spells require verbal?
Yes.
Oh shit.
Even the cantrips.
Dear lord.
That's why I didn't want combat.
Yeah. So it's Sleeve's turn.
Dang it. I can't communicate because I don't know if she'll want me to stay or go get the...
She's standing looking very pissed the fuck off right now. Huh. I'm still technically stealthed, right? From Pass Without Trace?
Yep.
So if I went up to them, I would be able to get a stealth attack?
You can get a stealth attack from shooting them or just walking up and hitting them. Either way works.
I guess I will stealth attack to shoot 2 arrows at this one.
Which one?
This one.
Number 3?
Yeah.
Okay, you do so. Roll with advantage. Attack.
Oh, 19 and 18.
You take the higher of the two.
Oh, right. Well, okay, so I get to shoot twice though. So that
Yeah, so you
19
roll
is the
again.
first one.
You roll again.
Yeah, sorry.
Though. So 19's the first one. That hits. Rock and roll.
And then 30.
Okay, roll the damage. Goddamn. Can you imagine if I was like, yeah, only the 30 hits? That'd be funny.
Yeah, only nat 50 hits. So sorry, pal.
Wait, that doesn't-
67?
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry,
No, you don't have to re-roll it. You just have.
yeah,
it's
plus
7
6,
plus
plus 6, not plus 7.
So it's 13. Gosh.
12 plus 7.
Yeah, it's 13. So you watch as this troglodyte gets pelted with arrows, and you see its blue blood start to leak onto the floor, and you notice that the floor is uneven as the floor is made of people.
Oh god.
So the times you scratched into the ground.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Maybe I missed.
Don't worry, they have like 4 HP, so maybe
I missed the people.
Maybe. Can you imagine they wake up and it's like 11 on them?
Oh, if they have 4 health, then my talons do 1d4 plus 3, so they're dead.
They're dead. 100%. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Okay. You watch as the troglodyte hide. You watch as one of the troglodytes. You see its skin starts to change like a chameleon. As it's gonna try and hide. What is y'all's passive perceptions?
My passive perception is only 11.
So Weimar, you can't see this.
Mine is 18, but I have... Well, okay, candy doesn't work because it's a skill check. Does my plus 5 work on it?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, so 23.
So you watch as the first troglodyte is slowly making its way through the tall grass towards you, Sleeve. Weimar, you do not see it.
Where did he go?
The second one is going to go towards the owlbear, and the owlbear needs to make a Constitution saving throw, as the troglodyte's stench is so bad it can literally poison you just from smelling it. It's a schmelly beast.
12.
The elevator manages to stave off the smell. Does 15 or 21 hit?
The owlbear?
Yeah.
They both do.
You watch as its first attack is a jaw attack, which it tries to bite down on the owlbear, but manages only to pluck out some feathers, causing its mouth to be filled to the brim as it starts coughing up manically. The other two are slashes, and it deals 7 damage to the owlbear. It's now the fairy dragon. Cody, you get to command these dragons.
I can't talk.
Oh, you're right. I'll command these dragons. Well, no, they have a limited telepathy with... Oh. Oh, okay.
Man, I love Imagine Dragons.
Shut it. You watch as the first one is going to... Actually, no, I'm just going to combine their turns since it's going to be easier. Both Fairy Dragon 1 and Fairy Dragon 2 are going to flank. Which means they get advantage on attacking it. 16, 14, only one of them hit. As... Ooh. The fairy dragon scratches the troglodyte, dealing 1 damage. Exactly.
Nice.
No, I can't roll for their scratch attacks. It's just a 1. I don't understand. They're so small. Oh, then it's Fairy Dragon number 3, and it's just going to surround the troglodyte, making sure it cannot get out. Going to scratch as well. And it misses as well. That's a damn shame. Weimar, it's your turn.
Right, so Weimar is going to do the important thing, and he is going to cast Dispel Magic first on the Silence spell. What level is that spell?
3.
Right, so
It goes through.
it just gets dispelled. Don't
As
have to roll
as
anything.
it's dispelled, you finally hear the full array of sounds again. As you hear the breathing of the people around you as they softly sleep, the flapping of the fairy dragon's wings, and the loud chirping of the troglodytes, along with the mind flayers, which one of them says, "Damn. Outsiders, you'll pay for this." Now, is that the?
I was
your turn?
hoping.
Yeah.
I was hoping I could use minor illusion or prestidigitation to make a loud sound. But it seems minor illusion is an action.
Yeah.
Can I just shout as bonus? Try and make people wake up?
Roll for intimidation to see how many if it works.
Intimidation, I see.
Off topic, random question. On this board, which direction is the evocation chamber?
This whole room is like a grid space of the camp. So
14, not bad. Not even bad.
as you yell, many people start to stir as they start to freak out. I'm just gonna add a few of these here.
I'd rather have people be awake because that makes it harder to be kidnapped.
As
Turns out it's a lot easier to be kidnapped when you're
many of
asleep.
these people start to wake. This is going to be fucking fun. Hold on, wait a second. I need to check something. Yeah, here it is. I need to put this down. As now, it's one of the troglodytes' turn. Oh God Almighty!
Does the people waking up kind of affect the forest illusion?
A little bit, but you already know it's an illusion. So you watch
Right.
the people start get up. It's like it's very strange actually, but it is what it is. As now,
Peculiar, even.
number 3 is going to go up to this civilian and try to attack it.
Oh no, they only have 4 HP.
I know.
Well done.
Oh my god, he's
We
gone.
were just about to get all of these people killed.
You watch as
Well, they were going to be killed. Yeesh.
No, not like this. We
Maybe
could've
not
saved
like
them.
this,
Now
but they
they're
were
going
either
to
going
die.
to be turned into mind flayers or food.
you watch
Not
as
if we killed all of them before you woke them up.
you watch as with one bite, it takes off a chunk of this man's shoulder as it goes in for the kill. As you watch as one of the claws misses, only ripping his shirt, but the other one stabs directly into him, causing him to scream before he dies and loses all sense.
Well done.
As more people start to awaken after hearing this scream. As the whole refugee camp starts to stir. As now, it is...
Everyone's gonna die now.
Everyone's gonna die.
Not if they're able to run.
You watch as another troglodyte
They're not gonna get the chance to fucking run.
hits and bites into the man, causing him as well to scream. And you watch as he is sliced to ribbons as this monster rips him apart. More people start to awaken.
This is why I didn't want combat.
And then, you watch as the mind flayer holding the book looks around for a second and then turns and is going to do a simple little trick. Mind Blast. The owlbear, Keone, and all of the Fey Dragons must roll an intelligence saving throw. You get advantage though, because this is this is a magic, so you get advantage.
You said intelligence?
Yes.
Oh no.
16.
My owlbear is not smart. That's supposed to be a minus.
Okay, so you succeed while the owlbear fails.
Yep. He's not the brightest.
And then let me just quickly roll for these little guys, these little men. First one succeeds. Second one fails. Third one succeeds. Fourth one fails. And then let me check what else. And then there is a troglodyte. And let's see him. He fails, God. So everybody takes. Keone, Fairy Dragon 1 and 3 take only 11, while the rest take full 22, causing Dragons 2 and 4 to be snuffed out by the Magic Blast, the Troglodyte to be snuffed out. So, and the owlbear takes full 22, while the two little guys are left barely alive, as they are barely able to flap their wings after their mind is almost melded by the psychic screech. So let's see here. There we go. And then that is the end of its turn. So then it is Troglodyte number 5, which is going to go over here and attack this civilian.
Okay, this is just a bit silly.
Yes.
Why are they all targeting the civilians when there are
Gee, I
active
wonder
combatants?
You
The
watch.
whole reason they came here was to take the civilians and kill them. I wonder why they're killing them.
You watch as the Troglodyte with its wide mouth.
That's like if
crunch-
you're being shot at and your first instinct is to stab an entirely different person.
You watch as the Troglodyte runs over to the civilian waking up. It chops down on his head, and you watch as it crushes it like a watermelon.
Have you seen a troglodyte's intelligence? It knows its job is to kill the civilians. So what's it gonna do? Kill the civilians.
Then it jumps over to the next one and slices deep lacerations into it, and you watch as the man bleeds out within a seconds, as many of it as its internal arteries are ripped open.
Okay, wait, why does it kill 2 in the same turn?
Because a civilian has 4 health, and the other 2 troglodytes dealt 3 damage with their strikes, with their first bite, and then missed with their claw attacks. I don't know this. I don't know how they do this. But anyways.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
You're the one who woke him up.
yeah. The troglodytes have 3 attacks. As now, it is Mind Flayer number 1's turn. He is going to do something simple. He sees a nice group of civilians right here. He walks up slowly
Wait, when do the civilians even get their turn?
at the very, very end. As it walks over, takes a little turn, and does another Mind Blast. Only the owlbear has to roll for this one, though.
Of course he does. I mean, he's gonna fail. He's got -4.
Then
Is this still disadvantage?
I never said it was disadvantaged.
I thought the last time I had to roll 2.
Yeah, you had advantage from the dragons.
Yeah. You still have you have advantage from the dragons, even though
Oh, okay. So I still roll 2.
yeah, and take the higher of the 2.
Ten.
You fail, as you and the rest of these fairy dragons take 24, and you watch as the final 2 fairy dragons fall.
Oh, he's barely hanging on.
Yeah, the owlbear shook. And that's the end of
Poor
that
guy.
one's turn. So now it is the third Mind Flayer.
Oh no.
It takes notice of Weimar. And it's gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he is going to do a simple spell. Suggestion. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Counter spell.
This is when you counterspell?
I would rather not be mind controlled.
And he couldn't
There
counterspell
are
the
like
mind.
7 civilians.
Plus, I wasn't being targeted by any of those, so I don't think I'm able to use
You don't
counterspell there.
have to be
You,
targeted.
you don't
by
have
it.
to be. You don't have to be targeted yet.
Oh. Didn't know that at the time.
As you counterspell the suggestion, you watch as the Mind Flayer looks at you with rage. As that's the end of its turn. Now it's time for Troglodyte number 7 and 8. Number 7's gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up to this civilian.
Civilians die.
More civilians die. This is correct. Only one of those hit though. It's its bite attack though, so it could pack some punch. So let's see. 6. Yeah, you watch as it bites into its ribcage, and you hear cracking as the body falls to the ground. And then as 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 goes to this civilian right beside the owlbear. He's going to do the same thing. Only its claw attack hit though, as the civilian manages to dodge out of the way from its bite and claw, but the other one manages to slice open its stomach as he screams and falls to the ground holding his guts. And that causes a few more civilians to wake up. Now it's the civilians' turns. They're gonna run to the exit. Do you know where the exit is?
What is this, Dora the Explorer?
No. I'll just put
I
it
guess it's past all the enemies.
right where this bag is.
Wait, I was going towards the exit, but it's all the way over there?
Yes.
I must be bad with directions.
This is a big room that looks like a big
Yeah.
forest. So the first, you watch as they eat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You watch as one civilian manages to escape. Another one manages to escape. Another one nearly makes it. Another one nearly makes it at the door. Another one, scared for his life between monsters, runs towards Weimar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and hides right behind you. You finally
Stay behind me.
You finally get a better look. This is one of the little girls that was being entertained by the owlbear.
Oh, great! Children are dead.
You watch as another civilian, surrounded by the monsters, runs up to you, killing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and runs past, directly in the line of sight of 2 of the Mind Flayers. Another one. 1, 2, 3, 4.
What a
5,
dummy.
6, 7, 8, 9, 12. And another one. All of which are now scared to death as the blood as blood is fresh in the air. Owlbear's turn.
I guess he's gonna go over to this troglodyte and try to beat the shit out of it.
Roll. Vid. Who will live or who will die?
$12 and 15.
Both of those hit.
Okay. 13 and 8, so 21 damage.
Another troglodyte ripped to shreds as the owlbear is now stained with blue blood. Is that the end of its turn?
He's still alive?
Barely.
It's just gonna stare aggressively into its eyes.
Then
And that's the end.
okay. Now it's Cody's turn.
Oh wait, did it die?
Yeah, it died. You ripped it to shreds.
Well, he's gonna stare aggressively into Troglodyte 3's eyes.
Whoa, spooky.
He's pissed.
Yeah. Keone.
She's going to pull the handheld mirror out of her bag, look into it, and go, "Don't suppose a certain son could hear me through this, can they?"
As you do, you see a shadowy figure. You don't see much details though, other than it's a feminine sort.
I need your help.
She's just gonna kind of glare at it. It's like the light that used to be in her eyes when she was kind and good and nice is just completely gone from them. Like they've almost sort of dimmed compared to everything else.
What would you like?
I would like the mind flares dead and the civilians back here safe and alive. All of them.
A hefty price to pay. I will do as you ask, as long as that archivist is deleted, destroyed, utterly decimated. Once you do that, the archivist, as you see a little line go towards the mind flare holding the book. Once it's dead, I'll ensure the rest of the civilians are safe. And
Say I want all the mind flares dead.
that's beyond my realm.
Call it an apology from kicking me from my home.
I can scare them away, but I need just that one dead.
Fine.
Good. Now get on with it.
She is going to walk up to that mind flare. She's going to activate her road of scintillating colors.
Ooh.
I have to look up the stats for that one. Hold on. Yes. I need... Let's see. Wisdom saving throws from everything within 30 feet.
So let's measure that out. So it'll just be the two mind flayers then. Let's see.
Within 30 feet?
Yep. Radius or diameter, actually. Need to make sure.
It's a 30-foot radius.
Alright.
So
So that includes two mind flayers, the owlbear,
One of the troglodytes.
3 of them.
3
Oh, yeah,
troglodytes, and 1
I
civilian.
think one civilian, yeah.
Yeah.
So let's see.
And the civilian will be fine.
Wisdom
civilian-
saving throw?
Yep, civilian got a 3.
They're just stunned. It doesn't hurt them in any way, but they're stunned.
The troglodytes. 2 and natural 20.
9 for the owlbear.
So troglodyte number 9 got a
Stunned.
net 20, while troglodyte number 3 is stunned. The owlbear is stunned, and then let's see about these 2 mind flayers. Wisdom, right?
Mm-hmm.
So 19 for the archivist, and then 13 for the regular.
One fails.
Okay,
And then, as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Moonbeam on the Archivist at 4th level. So that's a Constitution saving throw.
ooh, that's a lot of saves in one match.
What?
That's a lot of saves.
How is it?
Back to back.
Wait, did the civilian save against it?
Oh wait, hold on. I have to put the yellow thing on that.
Okay.
Moonbeam only affects the one creature.
I know. 5. Ooh. It failed.
Okay, so let me roll that damage. I would like to also use a sorcery point to make that empowered. So let's see. 8, 8, 6, and 9. 16, 22, 31 damage.
Oh no.
Pissed me off, Disturbed. This is what you get.
Oh no! No!
And the other one is stunned, it can't do shit.
You watch as the archivist screeches in abject horror as the moonbeam comes down. 2 more civilians wake up because of that.
She's gonna shout to the civilians, get out while you can, and she's gonna point at the one near the stunned one and go, take him with you.
You watch as 2 more civilians wake up because of the shouting.
That's fine, she's still shouting for them to go.
Okay. So now, let's see here. Is that the end of your turn?
That's everything.
Sleeve, it's your turn.
So after seeing the gigantic beam of danger onto the one mind flayer, I'm gonna fly up to it and give it a little pokey with my spear.
Can you go that far?
My flying speed is 50 feet, so I think I can barely make it.
Yeah.
So what would it be like here-ish?
Yeah. Just about.
And pokey spear time. And I get 2
But
of
you're
them.
not next to the Archivist.
I thought this one was the one.
No, the one in yellow is.
No, the yellow one is Mind Flayer 1. The archivist.
Yeah.
The ones in
That's
yellow.
what I thought.
The ones in yellow are paralyzed,
Stunned,
stunned.
not paralyzed.
Do I still get the stealth advantage or?
No, because you flew.
Oh, okay. So then I just 2 regular attacks. Uh, 20 and 13.
20 and 13. One of those hit.
All right. Seven damage.
You watch as it screeches in pain as you stab it, stab through its breastplate into its armor. Next, it is troglodyte number 1, which is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. and barely out of range of attacking you, Birdman.
I'm too quick. I'm a speedy boy.
Next is number 3, who is stunned, so at the end of its turn, it has to roll a Constitution. 3, it's still stunned. We know Wisdom, but still it doesn't change its roll. Number 4 is gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and attack this civilian. Hits. You watch as the civilian is ripped to shreds. Then Mind Flare number... Wait, no, that's the Archivist actually. Ooh, this is going to... You watch as it walks up to you. And it says, "Time for a feast." As you see one of its 10... Wait, no. Ooh.
Do it, bitch, I fucking dare you.
It is going to use its... Oh my god. Its special attack. Extract Brain.
Excuse me?
Does 12 hit?
No. Wait, fuck, it does. I'm gonna use my fucking reversal feat.
Reversal?
64
I think I
damage.
drew that one. Okay, look.
It also takes 64 damage.
You watch as one of its
Because
tendrils
fuck you.
cracks your brain, but as it does, it cracks its own brain as well.
I also do go down, but you know.
You watch as the Archivist is dead, and as that happens, the rest of the Mind Flayers and Troglodytes are now feared. Or afraid, rather.
I might be down, but I fucking killed him.
So now it is... Hold on, let me get rid of it from the turn. Troglodyte number 5, which is
Did
gonna...
the civilians see the nice archfey lady kill one of the mind flayers trying to hurt
3,
them?
4, 5, 6,
Because
7,
I'm trying to
8,
hit her.
9, 10, 11. You watch as one of the troglodytes starts to run towards the exit, as it's completely afraid of you. And number 7 does and runs right out of the dorm. The rest of the civilians continue their way out. Most of them getting out, except for 2. The one that is stunned, which I'm gonna have to roll, but it's considering you have to roll to get out of stun at the end of your turn. It still can't move.
No, the effects just end after that round.
That
Like,
so.
it's back to my turn.
Oh. Hold on, let me get rid of that. When it gets back to your turn.
Mm.
Okay. So that means all.
No, I've only done a reaction. I haven't had my turn yet.
Oh, okay. You watch as the only 2 that are left are...
Is that a nat 20?
Yeah, the civilian got out of the grasp as he goes... And the one hiding behind Weimar. Weimar, it's your turn. Wait, no. Sorry. It's not your turn. It's, the owlbear's turn, sorry.
Well, he's stunned still.
Yeah, so you have to roll another wisdom check.
Oh, no, I thought she said you don't have to roll. It just ends on her turn.
No, you have
Yeah,
to...
it's not been my turn.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
roll.
I keep forgetting what his bonus is. I think it's just +1. Yeah. 15.
Ooh, nice. You. What's the DC for it again?
14.
14. The owlbear is unstunned, but it's the end of its turn,
Yay.
so it does nothing.
Yeah.
County, it's your turn.
So a death saving throw.
Yet.
Cool.
You succeed one. Now it's Sleeve's turn. Do you wish to help Keone?
Yes. I'm gonna rush over and cast Cure Wounds.
Roll the how much you heal.
I'm gonna cast it as a second level. So I get to roll 2d8 for it. Plus. Does the modifier go on each roll, or is it combined?
It's just combined.
Okay. So I heal her for 18.
You get up, Keone. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Pretty cool.
You buff it, it's fine.
Troglodyte number 1's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Nearly to the exit. Troglodyte 3 and 4 are gonna do the same. And then Troglodyte number 5 is gonna escape. Then Mind Flayer number 1 is going to take one look at you and use Plane Shift. You watch as he disappears.
Can't I use Counterspell to fuck with him? Or what level is Plane Shift, by the way?
7.
7.
So that'll be 10 plus. That would be a DC of 17.
What fucking plane is he going to?
Actually, he might. I think he's outside my range. Shit. Is there like a ruler you can use for this?
Yes. It's 65 feet away from you.
Ah, son of a bitch.
Wait, what's the ruler? What? Each square is 5 feet, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just
Yep.
used the roller tool.
Use the ruler tool. The one that looks like a triangle. Use it.
Just 5 feet away.
Yes. So what do you do for your turn then?
Oh, that's cool.
Weimar?
Oh,
No,
I-
he was trying to do reaction.
Oh.
yeah.
You can move on your turn, you know that, right?
It's not his turn though. He
That was just my
reacting
reaction.
to the mind flare.
I was seeing if I could use Counterspell
Oh,
for
okay.
reaction.
So the Mind Flayer just jukes out of there and fucks off. The other Mind Flayer is going to do the same thing.
That one you can fuck with.
Yeah, I should be able to use Counterspell to try and get him fucked over.
Mm-hmm.
You guys want to kill this one? Or just a tad bit of revenge?
I don't know. I just me hit things.
Sounds right. Very relatable, actually.
So did you roll yet?
Oh, right, sorry. I forgot since it's 7th level.
Yeah, it's you have to beat a
So
17. I was
1d20 plus my spell modifier. Ahaha! Wait. Fuck. No,
What?
wait, that's one short.
Yep. You watch as it disappears as well. Meow. And then it's going to be troglodyte number 7. You watch as one of the troglodytes vibes out of there. It's now the owlbear's turn.
I'm just gonna have him walk over to me.
Very pog. Keone's turn. You're up with 18 health.
I'm gonna pick up the book.
As you pick up the book, you feel like this tome is cursed. As you see, it's made of some sort of blackened material. You don't know what, though, but it's slimy.
And into the bag of holding it goes.
There we go.
And out comes the mirror again.
You see, it wasn't that easy.
She just has like a blank look on her face with a raised brow.
You have some blood on your hair. I'd recommend getting a little bit of water to clean that off. It really is unsightly upon you.
I'll be sure to do that when I get out of the flower girl dress.
Mm-hmm.
Someone decided to drop me and my friends into a war.
Now that's very fun. Hope you survive. He watches the shadowy figure disappear.
I die, you lose your title.
The shadowy figure is officially gone from the mirror.
Fucking bitch.
There's still 2 troglodytes in the room.
Do all the civilians come back to life?
You watch as the ones who have been fatally injured are now breathing.
Killed?
Yep. Fatally injured. Killed. Same thing, really.
Mhm.
But you watch as all the civilians who were fatally injured are now breathing, but they are horribly hurt. They won't die from their wounds, but they're in massive amounts of pain, and they're screaming.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Magic Missile at level 2 at each of the troglodytes.
Got it.
I meant to split those. Never mind. 2d4 on the first one. First one takes 7, second one takes 8.
You watch as the first one is shot through the back and falls to the ground dead. The second one is hurt a lot, but is still managing to move. Is that the end of your turn?
I'm gonna use my sorcery points to shoot it with Ice Knife.
Knife.
$16. Does that hit?
Yep. Roll that damage.
It also needs a dex saving throw.
Okay, dex save, so that's gonna be 12.
Fails. Takes 11 damage.
You watch as if actually no, describe its death.
That icicle comes shooting from her fingertips, and the second it starts to impale its eyeball, it shatters, exploding the eyeball and cutting through its body from the inside.
As the body falls, you watch as the magical portal that they've been throwing all the bodies in sinks and closes.
She's just gonna sit and wait for all the civilians to just start popping back into the room. Alive.
They're all in the room now. They're just on the floor, extraordinarily wounded, in pain, but alive.
Oh,
And the teachers?
The teachers and students, they were taken by them.
Yeah. They counted.
No, they weren't killed by the Mind Flayers. They were killed by the Mind Flayer Dragon.
That wasn't one of the...
Wait, no, they weren't killed.
That wasn't one of the things, though.
Yeah, I thought they were just taken to the Underdark.
All of the people be
yeah,
brought
she
back
said she
into
wanted
the
them all
room
back.
alive and healthy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like that was the deal.
You watch as all the teachers are back in the room, but
You're
there's
trying to play these Fae fucking games with me. I live in the fucking Fae.
fine. You watch as all of the students and teachers are now back in the room, but they're in a deep sleep. A deep fucking sleep. Also,
She's gonna...
but wait, before we do that, new rule. I'm using adjusted XP instead of total XP.
What?
There's two types of XP. XP that totals the how hard an encounter is, and adjusted XP, which shows how difficult an encounter could be. So we're using adjusted instead because I feel like it'd be an easier experience to level up. So everyone gains 7,575 XP.
That's a
Fucking
lot
hell.
more.
1 second.
7,570.
75.
7,775.
Yep.
All right, level 7. That's nice.
Oh wait, did Weimar not
Wait.
never level up from when we leveled the other day?
Wasn't that a few days ago? In which case, I was pretty sure we were leveling to level 6 then. No?
Level 7.
Yeah, when the week that you weren't here when we did our canon non-canon thing, he had us level to 7.
Oh,
I did the math. I got my XP right. Keone is gonna dust herself off and start heading towards the evocation hall,
hmm
stuffing the mirror in her bag.
What do the others do?
Weimar is out of cure wounds, so he's probably just going to try and treat the wounded by hand.
I'm gonna
Okay.
start by checking on my owlbear.
Okay. As you both stay and listen to the myriad of screams and yelps of pain as people start to wake up and scream at the people who have been extraordinarily wounded, the teachers waking up and feeling as though something is wrong with their heads. And you, Keone, make it to the evocation hall where you see everyone is put into magical sleep.
She is going to use prestidigitation to essentially do the same thing as pressing the button on an air horn.
You do so. And as this happens, you watch as the entire company wakes up of 24 soldiers and the corporal who look around and say, What happened? Why are you doing this?
Mind flares.
What?
Mind flares.
Where?
One is a corpse. Two are on another plane of existence.
Shit. Has anyone been infected?
Probably.
Any idea
And then
who?
she pulls out the book.
As he looks at it, it almost looks like he's looking at a ghost as he says, "Have you looked inside of it?"
Alright, so how much was the XP this time? Since
7,775.
Right, okay.
As
Has she?
you said you immediately put it in your bag of holding when you felt it was slimy.
Yeah. She goes, should I?
It'll explain everything.
She rolls her eyes and opens it.
As you do, you look at notes, everything in Abyssal, strangely enough.
Wait. I know Abyssal! I know Abyssal!
As you see, each page is built with exact ways to make different types of mind flayers and how to infect people with them. It goes over them, how long it takes for them to become these monstrosities. And you get to this section where it talks about humanoids. You see a regular human takes about a day, more or less. But then you get to interesting parts. Dragons take about a week and have to be completely chained up during the entire process. And then you see the final page. Let her ask should only take about a month. Luckily, there is a way to simplify the process if they get to one before it hatches.
She just lets out a guttural scream.
As you do, he takes a deep breath and says, "We are fucked."
Okay, here's the plan. There are a lot of people injured in the dorm. Send how many other men you think need to go. Quarantine anyone who feels like their head is weird.
We need to execute anybody who's infected.
We don't know if it's an infection or if they just have a headache. I may have brought some of them back from the dead. That tends to hurt people's heads.
We cannot take chances, especially if it's a mind flayer infection. My men can't
You
even...
said, it says here, people take a day. I'm pretty sure a headache from coming back from life is not going to take a day.
Fine.
Anyone who no longer feels a weird head before the 24 hours are up can go.
You watch as he looks and takes a simple breath. Fine. Soldiers, go to the refugee camp and we need to start a quarantine. And
DM, out
Yeah.
of character question, aren't there ways to cure an infection?
oh, there are.
I
But-
doubt we can get through them in time.
So why wouldn't Dispel Magic work, per se, if you roll high enough?
Because it's not
It's
a
not
magic.
a spell.
It's not spells. It's an actual tadpole in your brain, slowly eating your brain, and then becoming and transforming your entire body into a mind flayer.
Right.
Would it count as like a disease or something, or is it just something else
No,
entirely?
it's a parasite.
It's just fucking Venom from the DC universe. There.
Venom is Marvel.
So let's see here. The
Do
safest
you wanna
way.
fucking fight me?
The safest way to cure a victim is to incinerate or crush the host's head.
Yeah, but that would kill them.
Let's see what else is there. Or using a spell such as resurrection or true resurrection.
Yeah, I don't have enough money for that.
After the initial stage is complete, the original creature is lost and beyond help, except for a literal miracle. The spell miracle, in fact.
It's a spell.
Yep.
What if you're a brain surgeon?
Are you a brain
No.
surgeon?
No.
Exactly.
Okay, but what if I
So
could?
she'd basically have to get it out of the brain without damaging the brain, and it's already eating the brain.
Hmm.
It's like that one movie. But anyways,
There's
back
about
to
1,000 movies like that. What do you want about?
exactly. So anyway, you watch as the entire Lights Order company goes and starts to quarantine off the people with going through Ceramorphous. Sleeve and Weimar, you watch as they enter in, and you see that the teachers in the deep sleep seem not to be waking up, even between the screams and cries of the people who have woken up to see some of their loved ones completely and utterly hurt. What are y'all doing?
Once the lights order have left, is it just Kearney and the general in the room now?
No, the general left as well.
Okay, she's gonna actually pull out the mirror and see what the fuck is up with it, because that was a complete and utter hunch that she went off of there.
You look at the mirror, and you assume it has to be one of the Raven's Queen's special mirrors. This one doesn't have a memory just yet, though. You wonder who it's for.
I have a feeling I know who it's fucking for. It's either for me, or it's for my dad. She's gonna whisper into it, trying to see if it's like basically out of character. She's trying to see if it's like a phone, because someone responded on the other end. Maybe if she speaks into it, maybe her dad will hear her or something. I don't know. She's grasping at straws. She's going a little loopy.
As make an Arcana check, actually.
Okay. I'd like to use my divine luck.
Do so.
Thank you. 12.
You suspect it's something to do with something a little bit more personal to her this time.
She's just gonna put her back against the wall and slide to sit down, and she's just gonna leave the mirror kind of rested in her lap.
You do so.
Just...
And then you see
She's having a mini breakdown to herself.
You see a memory form. As
What's
you
in
did,
it?
as you did, you see the Raven Queen's body, looking extraordinarily differently. As you remember that as she probably has a lot more control over how time passes. As she's now looking a bit farther along, about 6 months. As you see the memory of the first kick be cataloged into the mirror.
Keanu's hand starts shaking like she's about to something.
By this, you think that this child would be born soon, considering she just made months into hours up there now.
She's just gonna grit her teeth and growl at the mirror. You did this to me.
Good. That's all you hear from it.
Okay.
Back to the others. Sleeve and Weimar, do you help?
I will
I'm
help. Sorry, you can go first.
I'm gonna try to find the necromancy professor if he's not waking up and try to find out why.
You find that he's not sleeping. Rather, he's unconscious. After all, getting a giant tentacle slid down your throat doesn't really lead to a good... Isn't the best for your health.
There is a lot of people that would disagree with you that.
I mean, yeah, you're in a group chat full of them.
There's a lot of people that will disagree with you on that one.
Now, anyways, you notice that each one of them are completely unconscious, but none of the Lights Order are healing them. Instead, they have gathered them and the students and are just separated them from the rest of the people.
Weimar, what were you gonna do?
I was going to go and try and treat the wounded with whatever cloth or bandage there is on hand.
You see that there are some supplies, mainly left over from before the battle. Use a medicine check to see if you can heal one of the many civilians that were hurt.
All right. Hey.
You bandage up many civilians. Making sure their wounds are disinfected after the battle, and bandaging them up. Many of them aren't okay.
Can I still use Cure Wounds?
Yes, you can.
All right, then I'll go ahead and use up the 3 Cure Wounds I can cast. Or 4 now, I suppose.
Nice, mate. Let's see here. Roll the how much you heal.
1d8 plus the spell casting, which is 6. Should I roll for each of them or just once?
Yeah, you too.
So 9, 13, 9, and 12.
You do heal up many of the worst offs. But now, but after using up these spell slots, you do notice that there are a few more injured folks.
We'll just have to do the best that we can for them.
Mm-hmm. Keone, Sleeve, and Weimar,
Hi.
you both hear something. Using its telepathic hub ability, something calls to you. A being that is a combination of when a tadpole inflicts a mind flayer. A mind witness. You hear echoing through your mind images. You see the mind flayer that escaped. Both of them kneeling before this giant mind flayer dragon. As the dragon slowly looks across where once were the students and teachers, look with almost rage as it looks down upon these holes, each one of them leading to a different city sewer. You watch as the mind flayer dragon looks like it's about to throw up something. As you watch as a literal horde of mind flayer tadpoles leave its maw into these giant portals as they each flood different sewer systems of what you assume to be cities.
Goddamn fucking son of a...
As the Mind Flayer dragon finishes, it turns and looks directly at the Mind Flayer witness, and that's when it ends. And that's all you see.
Keon is gonna go up to the door of Unification, close it, lock it, and after putting the mirror down on the desk, is going to start trashing the room. And the whole time she's just shouting things like how she'd do anything to get back to how she was, how everything's gone to shit, just shouting obscenities and completely losing it.
Nice.
Until she's out of breath on the floor crying. And she just grabs the handle of the mirror and yells at it, asking if whoever's there is happy.
Is what?
Happy.
All you hear is a gleeful laugh. As you watch as the last bit of magic runs through the college.
Fuck.
You start to see books, tables, chairs start to float a bit as the building has reached free fall.
And everyone's in the dorm safe except for Keone. You see why it's gonna be so easy to beat your ass one day?
Yes,
As you can see it.
I can. So, Keone,
Hi.
do you wish to try and make it to the dorm or the dorms before it falls, or do you wish to brace?
Is there anything nearby that looks like I can brace onto?
There are some columns, and there is the entire lecture hall where the chairs and desks are built into the ground.
The desk is?
Yeah, the desks are, the chairs are
Okay.
So,
She's gonna...
wait, where's Keone right now?
in the
she's
evocation
gonna-
hall.
In the evocation
Uh,
hall.
She's gonna pull off the robe of scintillating colors and kind of use it as, like, wrap it around herself and climb under the desk. In one hand, she's got the mirror hugged to it, and the other hand is holding this robe around her to try and protect her from any debris.
Roll an acrobatics check as you hear trees breaking as it's about to hit the land.
She's just even saying, like, a little silent prayer, like, for something to help her. 16.
You, thankfully, only take 15 damage as you are slammed to the ground, causing you to lose all of your breath as you hear many of the buildings start to break, and you hear nothing but silence after this. Those within the dorms have felt nothing except for a small quake, and that's it.
She's
Wait,
not getting
Keone's
out till
still
she's
out there.
absolutely sure that it's safe.
You stay there for just a moment. While the others, what do you do knowing that Keone was out there?
Come on, Sleep,
I
we've
go
gotta
up.
go.
We should ask the corporal. Maybe she made it out before the crash.
We should go now.
You go to the corp.
Right.
You both leave immediately?
Well, the corporal was in the dorms, right?
Yeah, he's still
Yeah.
in the dorms. As he looks outside, takes a deep breath. And that's it. What do you two do? Do you wish to go outside?
Well, yeah, we were going to see if Keone was all right.
As you go outside, you see the college now completely entrenched into what seems to be a small forest, as trees have been broken down. As you see, much of the canopy has been destroyed as it fell and crashed into the side. You see many of the buildings here, the beautiful architecture is now damaged and broken down. As you go to the evocation hall, you see so many books and tables scattered about. Waiting, Keone, you see entering the lecture hall Sleeve and Weimar, who look a little bit scared and worried.
Can we see her under the rubble, or does she notice us without us noticing her?
I'd say
That's actually a good question.
I say she notices y'all, but y'all don't notice her, as despite the lecture hall being very sturdy, you watch as some of the chairs and desks have been destroyed just from the impact of landing. So there's a bit of rubble around.
Keone! Oh, Lord.
She has to be here somewhere. Right?
Let's look under the rubble. We may be able to find her.
I'll start over here.
I'll take the other side then.
Both of you roll athletics check.
Well, you said athletics, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 12.
Is it possible to use Mage Hand to help me?
Mage Hand is notorious for not being able to lift much.
It can only lift 5 pounds.
Right, I suppose. Or anything more than 10 pounds, it says.
Technicalities.
But still not that great.
But you both roll off about some small rubble. But you do see a bit of Keone now, as you see her hiding beneath one of the desks, one of the few that didn't break upon itself.
Wait, we see her, you said?
You both see each other now.
Keone, are you alright?
She just stands up quietly.
Well, it's good to see her at least alive.
Stupid Archmage couldn't even get a spell right.
Sleeve, do you have any spell slots left?
Yes.
Now
Can you still cast Cure Wounds?
Yeah.
now
Do you need some help, Keone?
Keone?
What?
They asked if you need any help healing.
You guys always talk over each other. I never hear shit. Yes.
Okay, I can do. I still have 4 cure wounds left. Do. 16, 13, 16, and 14.
And that's all for
What's
Keone?
all of that?
Yeah.
What's that all added together?
16
valid
plus
question.
13 is 29,
Plus 16.
which would be 40.
45. So 59.
No, that would be it'd be 55.
Okay.
I'm
So
full
that.
health anyway. She stuffs Simmer into her bag quickly. Right. Where do we get to the Underdark?
Are you sure you're ready to go now?
Why wouldn't I be?
Well, seeing as what just took place, I thought you might want to take a little bit to collect ourselves and look at everything that's been lost and what we can use.
Nothing's been lost.
You watch as he returns. The corporal.
Saying he is very vague.
There, yeah, I like being vague. But the corporal returns as he looks with a grim upon his face and says, "We have a major problem."
Define problem, define we, and define major.
Most of the prestige and teachers have been infected.
Brilliant.
Luckily, none of the civilians have been taken. Many of them have been officially healed now, thanks to the efforts of you two, Sleeve and Weimar. But I have to ask, you had a look on your face as if you weren't really here. May I ask what that was?
Who?
Both Sleeve and Weimar, as all three of you had the visions.
I think we're going to be having a lot more problems.
This entire existence is problems. You know what would solve one of the problems? If I could just shout and get that dragon from the wedding here. I mean, I'm godmother to his Tarask. You'd think he'd maybe want to show up to check him alright.
I don't think they're the most sensitive.
So, can you explain what the fuck is happening?
You need to sit down.
He sits down.
The Raven Queen tricked my father into marrying her through a deal. She's currently pregnant. She sped the pregnancy along to about 6 months in the matter of hours. 2 dragons are currently hatching a Tarask. The possibility of the Mind Flayers wanting to take said Tarask is very high. All the realms are in complete disarray. I think that's all I can really cover. But
I think
this is all the Raven Queen's fault.
I think we cannot go to how many?
No duh.
We have We have to take the civilians to the only place that is somewhat safe from both the dragon attacks, the mind flayer invasions, which are about to take place in every big hold, and that
And where do you suggest that is?
the Mycene Kingdom in the Underdark.
She's gonna open up the letter from her uncle and reread it because I forgot what it said.
Bring the orb. That's it.
Just bring the orb.
Bring
Okay.
the orb. That's it. As he,
It doesn't even say what to where.
it shows you the map, which has it's like a little like pirate map where it shows like little dots that show X marks the spot. Very
She's
childlike.
gonna roll it. She's gonna roll it up, sigh, and go. Get everyone ready. Give everyone a chance to say goodbye to those infected. Kill them.
There isn't anything we can do for them?
The only cure is to crush the head.
It's hardly a cure.
I don't know what world you're living in, Weimar, but this is the real world. Irony of that sentence was lost right. Do it, Cobram. Get their last wishes, let people say goodbye, and then do it.
You watch as he nods and says, I'm going to tell them to wait in the forest. The refugees cannot see this.
Tell the refugees to get everything they can into a bag, tell them not to overpack.
I believe the map you showed us was created by a purple worm. Most of those are just straight tunnels. Hopefully we do not run into any slavers, as will be easy pickings.
Still, they will need food, comfort, anything they can carry with them that they want to take, tell them to put it in a bag. If it doesn't fit in a bag, it doesn't come with them.
Understood. I'll leave you to it then. As you watch as he turns around and leaves.
Wait, were they suggesting to take all of the civilians down to the Underdark?
Yep.
Oh. Right, well, can I react in character then?
Yes.
Yoni, you can't be serious. You want to take them to
Do
the
I look
Underdark?
like I'm joking?
You know they'll be eaten alive down there.
They'll be eaten alive up here. The only difference is it's easier to hide down there.
But that goes both ways.
Not really.
You can't seriously think they'll be safer down there.
I don't care.
What do you mean you don't care? What?
Why should I?
Because they're alive.
So?
Keone, what are you... You saved them. It's obvious you value their lives.
No, I just didn't want the mind flayers to have them.
No, Keone, you're not like this.
Like what?
You wouldn't
Practical?
let those people die.
I'm not letting anyone do anything. They want to go into the Underdark.
If someone tried to jump off a bridge, would you let them?
If they wanted to, sure.
Don't you have any value for their lives?
Why should I?
Why do you have any value for your own life? There's some meaning,
My own?
isn't there?
Of course. I'm worth some.
You really think you're worth more than them?
You don't?
Of course not. They're people. Just like me. Just like you.
I'm not a person. I'm not human. Or have you failed to recognize that yet?
There is a big difference between being a human and being a person.
There really isn't. It's the same definition.
Keone, no matter what you try and say, no matter what you try and throw away, you will never lose humanity. Or personhood, I suppose.
But you'd have to have that in the first place. Fae aren't born with humanity.
You can't be serious. Keone, I've talked to you.
Unfortunately.
You're not some sort of
players.
psychopath.
Of course not. I'm not going around killing everyone willy-nilly.
I know you value people's lives. You just want to lie to
If they're
yourself.
worth something.
We're getting nowhere.
That's true. We should be walking.
As you both argue, you hear in the distance.
Hear what?
The chopping of heads.
Oh.
Keone looks Wymond in the eye and she starts to smile at the noise.
Keone, this is ridiculous.
Do you know the meaning of that word anymore?
Maybe everything has gone a little ridiculous.
As?
No. What's ridiculous is my life. I was happy. I had a friend. I had my family. Sure, I only had one member of it, but I had the people that worked at the castle. All of a sudden, I'm chucked into your world. Now I have nothing.
What about
And I'm
us?
supposed to value your world and the people that live in it.
We've been fighting with you this entire time.
And
You each hear the walks and footsteps of the corporal as he comes up and says, "The deed is done. Most of them wished for their bodies to be burned afterwards.
very well. Go ahead.
It's already being done. But for now..."
Corporal, you can't let these people be taken down into the Underdark.
It's our only choice.
What do you mean it's our only choice? Of course it isn't.
Do you have any ideas of what a Knoll army would do? We can't go to any of the major cities as they'll be flooded with mind flayers before we even get a chance to go to them. The Underdark is the only place where we can finally be free from the surface. It's not a matter of whether we can fight. It's whether we have an opportunity.
Are
Soon-
you gonna call the corporal a psychopath too now?
I hate to say it, Weimar, but unless you can come up with something else, I think this is our only option.
Weimar will just look down, dissatisfied.
You watch as the corporal looks and says, I told everyone to pack up rations and their supplies. They
Are there
can't,
any carts for children?
unfortunately, not too many of them. We'll be able to crowd on most of the children and elderly, but not all of them.
My owlbear can provide travel for some of the children and elderly that need it.
You watch as he looks to you and does a simple nod as he says, "That will be enough then."
How
Just-
long will the walk to there be?
Judging by your map, could be anywhere from a week to 3.
Gather all the strongest of the civilians and hand them a weapon.
He takes
They, as well as you, will be in charge of keeping everyone safe during night watches and being scattered around throughout the group in case of an attack.
This will be a hard journey. We will gain the attention of something. I know of 2 foes down there.
And I know of one ally.
There's the slavers, and then there's the kingpin.
Do tell.
It's a beholder made of pure gold.
Lovely.
We had a wanted poster, as he was the one that supplied most of the drugs on this continent. His bounty reached all the way up to 1 million. But even then, not even our strongest adventurers could get a chance.
Shame.
If he sees us as an army, he can collapse us.
Then dress anyone who looks like they could be part of an army and make them look weak. Make them look like they'd be the easiest person to grab.
Wait, Keone, you don't mean to use them as a diversion?
If you take the strongest and make them look like the weakest, they grab the weakest. They grab the strongest thinking they're grabbing the weakest, and then suddenly they're overpowered.
So you intend to use the ill, the children, as bait?
Who said that?
Weimar, she is simply stating that we give the strongest civilians weaponry so they can protect our escorts.
Make them look like they're weak.
While us soldiers, we will be using our very limited illusion magic to make ourselves look as if we're just people wandering the underdark roads. There are many of them, but this will be we'll try to disguise ourselves more as a caravan than anything else.
Wait, so that's what you meant?
Yes. You watch as he takes a deep breath and says, "May the gods be with us." We
The
leave.
gods are dead and arguing their own battles.
He looks at you.
Everything else is left to us.
He looks at you and says, "Faith is what's going to get everyone through this."
Faith is what brought this world to its knees.
I'm going to make sure everything's prepared. You each need to get some rest and deal with your wounds.
We leave in 9 hours.
He just simply nods. Now, do you guys wish to end here?
Probably, I have to feed my brother.
Sleeve Keone?
It's 3 a.m.
Okay. Thank y'all for
I
coming
guess-
by
I
to the
guess-
stream. I hope y'all had a fun time, and see y'all next time.